the hell is going on out there, all you guys? Been a while since I seen you. I guess that's my fault, isn't it? Well, between working on my own car, between having a new deck built, between everything else that goes on, sometimes the filming gets lost. So, this will be a quick little 2-3 minute update just until I can actually get things organized and show you exactly what's going on. But anyway, let's go for it. What the fuck, right? Okay, so the 70 Charger is up on the hoist, and we'll get that lowered down after, and I'll give you a quick glimpse of what's going on there. Yes, Lisa's car is still undercover, and don't be bugging her. Like I say, she doesn't work for me full time, and when she is here, there's lots on the go right now. But no, she hasn't messed her car up. Everything is fine. You can see it. It's up underneath there. If you can see, it's all fine. Everything is good. Still working on it, so don't worry about that. I know some of you guys were like, did she mess it up? No, that would never happen. She wouldn't mess it up. She's here at Old Time Garage. She knows what's going on. Anyway, okay, what else going on? Okay, the 66 Chevy pickup. If you remember, I do not get involved in standard transmissions. I'm an honest guy. You want a clutch replaced or stuff like that, that's fine. But I took it down to my guy, Rod. He's a good guy. No, not that you're not going to see another here, but he went through the transmission. Fuck. So I told you this would be a shitty video. He went through the transmission for me. He went through the transfer case. Went through them all, made sure everything was good. They're all done. They're finished. So now we're getting ready. If we get around here. The cab is sitting there in final primer. And we've got a color picked out. Just got to let the customer look at the color one more time, make sure he's happy with it, and away we go. Now for the, oh my god, I'm lost here. What was this, 57, 58? I can't remember now. International Harvester. I told you, Nader. Remember? It's Nader. See? See all you kids out there if you're watching? It's Nader from the Disney movie. Before he was a tow truck. This is baby Nader. Anyway, you can see we've got all the brakes ripped apart here. Chris is doing a fine job. He's got everything taken off. Wheel cylinders are leaking. Hoses were broken. You can see actually Chris has already got the new hose on there. So we're putting new hoses, new wheel cylinders, new shoes, a couple things like that. The owner wanted to have a little better braking, so let's see here if I can get this open. Let me set this down. You guys can stare at the wall for a while I get this hood open. Okay. So there we go. So we've put a power booster and a dual master on it. Yes, it's got a little 302 in here. Somebody's jammed a 302 in this thing. Now originally the battery was in the back of the truck, so we moved it up front. We got to take it back out. This is just a used battery box that we found and we're selling to them, and we're gonna take that back out and clean the battery box up and give it a good paint job. But so yeah, so we've put the booster on. We've given it a tune-up. New cap, rotor, plugs. It basically just he just wanted to go through the brakes, make sure those were good, and get that kind of stuff straightened away. Now, Merritt's car, the Camaro. There it is. It's in final primer. But like I told you, the guy she had it for. Look at this. The phone's already ringing, and it's 7:30 in the morning. We're not even open till 8. Let's shut that off. The guy she originally took it to, who's doing the body work. She got her car back and he stole everything from her. All the convertible stuff, he took it all. What a fucking dick. Anyway, the car's in final primer now. Everything's lined up, looking good. There's a couple little mechanical issues she wants me to go through, and we had to order all this top stuff. So we're waiting for that, because I want to fit all that stuff and try all that before I just go ahead and get the car ready and paint it. Some people would keep continuing on, they'd get the car painted, and then they'd be screwing around with that shit after it's painted. Like you see a lot of times on these TV shows. You know, they do all the bodywork and paint, then they're fucking around underneath, cleaning it up and spray painting it and putting engines and trannies and doing all this conversion work. And I'm thinking, what's happening to the paint job while you're doing that? My whole idea is you do the chassis first, then you do all the welding, then you do all the bodywork, then you do all the assembly and the paint work, and then you do the interior last. That was always my way of doing cars, but hey, everybody's got their own way of doing things. So for me, this car is going to sit. We'll do the mechanical repairs on it, but it's going to sit other than that until we get the top stuff so I can fit it in there and make sure it's going to work. That's just the way it's going to be. And she's happy about that. So, let's see what's going on in the shop here. Okay, don't look. Don't look. Oh my God, the camera got on it. Oh my God, don't look. I'm looking. I can't help it. I'm in shock. What the hell? What is Alexis doing in here? Well, he's my neighbor down the road, and he had a little fender bender, and he was really embarrassed. Here's a good story for you. So his wife takes the car out, and she makes a little fender bender herself, a quarter panel bender, on the passenger side. Puts a little scrape in it. He doesn't let her off the hook for it. Oh, no, no, no. He's not going to let her off the hook. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Get it fixed. Get it fixed, honey. No, I'm leaving it there. That's a reminder. Not even a year later, he goes out and he does the same thing, but he hits the side of a pole backing up. And not only, he doesn't do the little crease like she did. He takes the whole back end of the car and scrapes the paint off, puts a big dent in her. It all happens. I'm not mocking the guy. I'm not laughing at the guy. It's all good. I think it's hilarious. So here's the funny part. He brings the car into me, and he says, you got to fix this. He goes, it's so embarrassing. And he told me the story, and I says, okay. I says, so while we're at it, we're going to fix the other side, the wife's side? Oh, no, he says. We'll leave that for a reminder for her. What a guy. So seriously, he's leaving it. Going to bring it here, go through all this trouble of doing this, but he's going to leave the one on the passenger side that his wife did. Hey. The customer's the boss. I'm just the guy that fixes them. So it is what it is. You do what they want. And speaking of that, we have a gentleman that writes in all the time, and I hear you out there. If you're watching this video, I hear you. He rants and he raves and he bitches on my website all the time. Every time he sees an old car here, say it's a Ford and it's got a Chev in it. And if he sees me putting a Chevy into a Ford, he fucking just has a fit. And if he's out there watching, hey, I'm telling you, hands on. I get where you're going with it. Ford should be Ford, Chevy should be Chevy, Dodge should be Dodge. But he has such a fit that he actually is yelling and getting mad at me on these videos. And it's like, hey, it's the customer's car. I got to do what they want. So calm down, relax. I know where you're going with it. I know what you want. But unfortunately, I need to work during the day. So if I turned away every Ford guy that put a Chevy engine in their car, I'd be turning down 75% of my work. So it is what it is, buddy. So unfortunately, if the channel gets you that upset because you're seeing me do this stuff, then maybe you should just move on. But I get where you're coming from. Anyway, let's continue on with what's going on in the shop. So the hood for the 66 is right here. It's in first primer. Going final primer. And the 36 Ford, we've been working on that. The engine is ready. My machine shop has got it all ready. They've ran it. And they say it's good to go, and this is why this car was stalled out for a while, because I didn't want to go any further with it and have a painted car sitting around here while I was waiting for an engine. So, the good news is, though, I mean, it took just over a year for the engine to get done, but it's a 36 engine, and you can't get a lot of parts for it, believe it or not. A lot of people upgrade to a newer flathead, but on this one, the guy likes all bone stock. So he had to keep it bone stock, so they had to make some parts, they had to find some parts. It was a difficult situation, but they got it done, they got it finished, and big thumbs up to them. So now we're on the goal, kind of going over this car. So that's it. So guys, remember, it's always a good time at Old Time. Thanks for subscribing. T-shirts, decals, beer cozies. Fuck, I don't even know what else is out there. We got it. We got you all covered for your summer needs. Thanks again. To all my new subscribers, go back, watch the videos. They're out there. Check us out on Instagram. And that's it. Okay, guys? Get out there. Get her done. Do something. That's all I got to say. See you next time.